welcome to this episode of The Good, The Bad and The Odd. We're your host, Mark and Sam. Today we'll be talking about The Flash Season 1, Episodes 7, 8 and 9, as well as what we've been up to since last time. Hi, Sam.
Hey.
Right, so we'll do if you want to contact us, www.thegoodthebadandtheodd.com. There's various links there, Stitcher, iTunes, RSS feeds, email mechanisms to get to us. Facebook I'm fairly active on as Mark Good, Bad and Odd, so you can catch me on that. We'll just play a trailer now from another podcast and then we'll get into what we've been up to since last time.
Hello there, ladies and good gentlemen. I'm here to talk to you about something very important today. That's Outside the Cinema. I know a lot of you listening now enjoy the film world. The Boy Outside the Cinema covers all kinds of good films. If you're looking for the classics, perhaps you're looking for a good old Nazi film where the Nazis torture and rape everyone in sight, or giant monsters crawl from the sea, or perhaps an Italian film where Edward's Finch takes her clothes off for no apparent reason, or renegade bikers just do whatever they damn well please, perhaps even occasionally turn into a werewolf, then Outside the Cinema is your place to go. That's www.OutsideTheCinema.com. Outside the Cinema, your source for cult movie discussion.
Get the comfy chair!
Right, comfy chair. So I've got 4. How many of you got?
I've got 3, so...
Okay, shall I go first?
Yeah.
Seems reasonable. I watched a short, a fan fiction kind of short, Predator, Dark Ages. And it's kind of what it sounds like. It's basically knights are being dispatched by the church to go and hunt this demon thing. But they're being helped by a Saracen. It's really reminiscent of a film called The 13th Warrior, maybe. And it's even got hints of Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, because in that Morgan Freeman's a Saracen that's helping, or a Moor that's helping Robin Hood, which is a peculiar thing, but that's how it is. So there's a touch of that. I think it was Australian. It was about 25, 27 minutes long, so it wasn't a film, it was a short. Looked fairly good production value. Some of the actors weren't great, but they were okay. The script was functional. It was kind of fun. I definitely meant it. It was on YouTube, so... I downloaded it from YouTube a long time ago. I presume it's still on YouTube. I just haven't got around to watching it. It was kind of fun. They definitely looked the part, and the costuming was really good, and the Predator was good, and they did the Predator vision, and that was fine. The story was a bit weakly, but it was okay.
Let me guess, does Predator kill them all?
No. I don't want to spoil it, but no, that doesn't happen. But you can imagine he does quite a lot of them.
Yeah.
But there's a resolution near the end, which is kind of reminiscent of Predator 2, but not quite the same. It's enough different that it won't be a spoiler for me to say that.
Yeah.
So I'll definitely give it a watch. It was kind of fun. Right, so back to you.
Okay, I've started to watch this anime it's one of the sort of newer ones. It's still in production, is still being released.
Oh, yeah.
It's called One Punch Man.
Is this the guy that can punch someone out of their clothes?
What?
Oh, I saw an internet meme the other day. It was an animated GIF, and one guy gets punched, and he gets punched so hard, all his clothes come off as he's flies through the air, apart from his pants.
That's like a common thing in anime.
Oh,
that's
is it?
not
Okay.
not really
That's not a
specific.
special thing.
One Punch Man is a guy who's become so strong that he'll kill anything in a single punch.
Right.
And that's the whole premise. He's like, he does the superhero thing for like fun, but no, there's no fun in being able to beat something in one punch.
Yeah, no, there isn't.
And it's like it's like a punch and they're just suddenly a smear on the wall.
Wow.
Sort of thing. It's like comically overpowered. But all the fighting animation, because he has like backup characters, like there's a cyborg that helps him. Whenever they get into fights, it's like really well animated, and it's almost to the point where it seems he like shows them up whenever he does his thing.
Yeah.
So he just, because he's become so bored and like almost jaded with the superhero thing, he's like sort of fades into the background and doesn't take part whenever they do something. It's kind of funny.
Okay. So it's a comedy?
Yeah, it's very much a comedy. It's
Okay.
Yeah, look it up. It's One Punch Man.
One Punch Man. Cool. Is it a series then?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. My next one was... well, I'm kind of I'm rewatching an entire franchise. Sorry, I say rewatching. I've only ever seen the first 2 of this franchise, but I'm watching all 8 in the franchise, and there's a few fan fiction shorts as well to catch. And actually, it's got a source book. And I'm watching it for a podcast that I'm going to be on called United Nations of Horror to discuss Hellraiser. And I thought, I'm going to take the opportunity to watch all the Hellraiser. Even though apparently the last 3 or 4 are absolutely terrible, I'm going to put myself through it, I've decided. So I've been watching the first 2, which I've already seen, Hellraiser and Hellraiser 2. Love Hellraiser. Have you ever seen Hellraiser?
No, I've not seen neither of them. None of them, really.
I think I have to get at least the first 2 on Blu-ray. I'm going to be watching the third sometime this week. Apparently the third's quite good too, but it's often called sometimes Pinhead in Space. It's not... I think this is the one. I could be mixing up with the fourth, actually, because there's like a 5-minute scene. Apparently it's like the Cenobites Through the Ages kind of thing. Vibe.
Okay.
So there is this 5-10 minute sequence where Pinhead's on a spaceship. But I'll get to that next time. But 1 and 2 are very solid. In fact, this made me appreciate 2 way more than I had in the past. I really think 1 is the really, really best one by far of the 2 I've seen. However, watching 2, it was a lot better than I remembered it. There were some really weird and effective scenes. It goes full mental. The first one's got bits of like the Cenobites appearing and you get glimpses of hell and stuff like that. This film spends about half an hour in hell and it's nuts. And they say the ruler of hell is called Leviathan. That's the mythos in Hellraiser. And you have to like work through this maze. They call it something like the maze of pain or the maze of something. And it's like a big weird, those Bosch, Bosch is it? Designs. Like the Mobius strip.
Oh, Hieronymus Bosch.
Yeah, those kind of designs. That
I thought you were talking about the dishwasher.
And it's kind of cool. There's a bit in it which is effectively almost like the Cenobites becoming X-Men. It's almost like a superhero battle. It isn't quite that because it's over in seconds, but basically Pinhead kind of has met his match. Let's put it that way. And it's full of blood, absolutely full of blood. And it's kind of cool. So I watched the first 1 and 2 of those. They were really good, and I think I'm going to get them on Blu-ray at some point. Maybe we can watch them throughout this cast sometime, actually. Okay, over to you.
Okay, now the next one is... I may have mentioned the prequel to this in another podcast, but it's one of the Dragon Ball Z films, the most recent one.
And a big ding, I'm going to get a bell for Dragon. I'm going to get a bell when you mention dragons. Okay. Go on anyway. Yeah, go on.
But yeah, I don't think this really counts because the dragon's not a part of that.
No, I know.
It's not a part of this one.
I was just waiting for a dragon to appear in the conversation.
Yeah, but it's almost not about the dragon, so whatever. Okay. But this one is like it's called Revival of F. And it's like the big... It's where they basically brought back the original villain, who's called Frieza, to fight the main characters again.
I don't know Dragon Ball Z at all, so that's a main villain in the original.
Yeah, he's like the first major villain that his actions kind of heralded the entire series, and there's numerous debates that say the series should have ended after he was beaten, sort of thing.
Yeah.
People think he was that was the height of the series. So that's how big of and sort of impressive he is. Well, I say big, he's kind of a short guy actually, but and it's actually a pretty good film. The fighting animation's all significantly better than the previous one. It's much more entertaining overall.
Yeah.
And it's really goofy and stupid and all the sort of things Dragon Ball usually is. And it's really fun. I give it a recommendation.
Oh, cool. My next one is a film from the mid 80s, fun film.
You almost said Middle Ages then.
Middle ages, mid 80s. Lost Boys. Lost Boys. You heard of the Lost Boys?
I know of the Peter Pan Lost Boys.
Now this is a vampire movie set in. It was directed by Joel Schumacher. You know, who went on to make Batman Forever and Batman and Robin, among other things. He's often given a really bad ride. And I mean, this film kind of shows the goofy side of things, but it's kind of fun. It's very, very 80s. And there's a certain vibe to it I really like. Basically, this family moved to this town on the Californian coast called Santa Carla, I think. And I like the fact that the adults tend to be divided. The adults appear to be all refugees from the 60s. They're like ex-hippies, and they got that kind of hippie vibe. And the kids are pure 80s. You know, they got big hair and shoulder pads and all sorts of things. Yeah, they got that big hair 80s look about them.
Yeah.
That's when it was made, so that's what it was like. But it kind of works because it's so extreme. The guy's really gone to town with showing it's the 80s, that it works in a kind of in the way Back to the Future works, in that it's very 80s in the 80s scenes and very 50s in the 50s scenes. Do you know what I mean? It kind of, that makes it a bit more timeless somehow than if it was a bit more restrained. And basically there's a pack of vampires led by Kiefer Sutherland.
Oh, great.
And I think his name's something like Dave the vampire. David, sorry.
Oh my god.
And they drive around on little motorbikes, you know.
That's like
tough.
hearing that the big bad Lord of the Sith is called Annie. Oh wait.
Yeah. And one of the vampires is Alex Garland, you know, from Bill and Ted. Too. That's kind of fun. And basically this kid realises there's vampires overrunning this town, and he's got a big brother who fancies this girl who's just kind of hanging around with the vampires, so he kind of accidentally gets made to drink the head vampire, or, you know, a senior vampire's blood, so he becomes a half vampire, which means he's got a craving for blood. But as long as he doesn't drink, he doesn't become a full vampire. And his kid brother, the younger one, then has to help. Basically, he finds these two guys in a comic book shop who are obsessed with vampires, who are convinced the whole town's being is infested with vampires. Oh, and there's some kind of cool bits. There's like a wall of missing kids in the middle of this little town. You know, have you seen this kid? Which is really odd, you know, and the adults don't really comment on it, so it's even odder. But the kids are kind of aware of it. And it's Corey Feldman, you know, from Gremlins, say.
From everything.
Yeah, he was good in it. And he's one of the vampire hunters. And these kids are convinced the vampire... and it turns out they're right. And it's basically lots of shenanigans hunting vampires. But it was really cool. The music, the soundtrack was really cool. There was definitely a lot of nods to both the 60s and the 80s. It was almost like when this was made, the 60s was the nostalgic thing about it. But when we're watching it now, the 80s and the 60s are the nostalgic thing about it. You know what I mean? I liked it. I really liked it. Some of the music was really good. And there was like these vampires, for example, had posters of Jim Morrison from The Doors hanging up in there. Heidi Hart, you know, it's weird stuff like that. And they wanted to be like all cool dudes as well, you know. But it was fun, and like none of the adults would believe the kids. And the funniest thing is they went through this massive thing of like fighting these vampires. When they get back, they're staying with their grandpa, who's also kind of an old ex-hippie, which I don't understand at all. This is a bit odd. And I think the very last line of the I don't know, spoiler alert, I suppose. The very last line of the script, I think, is the grandpa saying, "You know what I hate about this place?" When they're all come back and wreck, and he goes, "The whole damn place is overrun by vampires." And he goes in the house, kind of thing. It's like he knew all along, and no one thought to mention it to him, kind of thing.
Yeah,
it was fun. It was definitely fun and worth seeing. Right,
that sounds really weird.
It was fun. It was like Monster Squad fun. You know, it was that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Not as good as Monster Squad, but still pretty fun.
Yeah. I've remembered another one that I've read recently, but the one I was going to talk about originally is a game. It's on the PlayStation Plus free games for this month. Yeah. It's called Magicka 2.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
On the PSN. Yeah. What's it like?
This is one of those insanely goofy games where you're kind of how you fight is left up to you. Really, you play as a wizard, and your spell casting can take various disastrous forms. Should that come to it? But the premise is that, as far as I've played, is basically all the wizards post Magicka 1, I think, were wiped out in a completely separate game, and now suddenly there's a wizard. That's it so far.
Okay, so is it like a turn-based, or is it just flowing?
No, it's real time. It's
Is it like Diablo?
it's kind of got that Diablo thing. There's all sorts of monsters and such. Mostly got like little goblin things that you have to
You're
fight.
casting spells to fight them.
Yeah,
You're
you're
not
casting
using
spells
swords or anything. You're just throwing out.
You have a sword that you can like cast spells on, and that does its own thing. But
You know what? I think I've done. Was it a PS4 or 3?
PS4.
Okay, I think I've downloaded it, but I haven't played it because I'm
Yeah.
still playing Metal Gear Solid 5. Yeah, I'm getting bored. I'm boring myself now. I think I might
Yeah.
stop. But yeah, I might give that a go. Actually, I'll give that a go. I think.
Yeah,
You enjoying it? Are you?
yeah, it's really fun.
Can you co-op? Can you co-op?
Yeah,
You can do
it's
a bit of
intended
co-op.
to.
Oh, okay. So if we
it's
both...
intended for like 4 players.
Oh, okay. So we could co-op if I
Yeah.
go on. Oh, I might look into that in a day or two. I'll see how it goes. Right. Okay, I'm on next, aren't I?
Yeah.
I watched the second in the Fast and the Furious franchise, Too Fast, Too Furious. This was proper goofy. They've kind of, it's not as good as the first one. Vin Diesel's not in it for a start, though Paul Walker's back, and it's kind of fun. And I have to say, I really enjoyed the third act, which was like a heist, cast chase, heist, double crossing.
Heist
thing. It was good fun. I really
say
enjoyed
heist
it.
3 more times,
Yeah,
and
I'll say some
it'll be-
heist. But it starts off with car racing and stuff like that, and then the car races get caught, and the coppers say, "Oh, we need fast drivers to catch out this big gangster guy," and it's kind of they get sucked into that, and it goes.
That's an
on.
apt description for the entire Fast and Furious franchise.
Well, the reason I want to watch it is I hear
It's like,
five.
street racing, and then suddenly heists.
Yeah, I want to see him from the beginning, so I'm going to watch Tokyo Drift, which is number 3, and then the 4th one. But really, what I'm looking forward to is seeing 5, 6, and 7. I think 6 is set in London, so that kind of could be fun. But I understand 5 and 7 are real high points. So
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to seeing those. But I thought I'd go for it. It was fine. It was fine. It was enjoyable to watch. It was a bit boring not boring, but a bit slow in the first section, a bit samey. You didn't. Oh man, I'll tell you what. If you counted every time they said bro or brah whenever they're talking to each other, and got $1 for each time you heard that word, you'd have $1,000 by the end of it. I tell you, it's all they say. Every sentence contains at least one of those. It was a bit tiresome, really, but you got used to it, kind of thing.
Yeah.
It was almost like you were watching parodies of real people, frankly.
Yeah.
Which is fine. And I enjoyed that. It was fine.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going to say about it.
Okay. Now my last one is a manga. It's called Dungeon Meshi, but I've heard in some places it's got the longer title of the proper cooking of dungeon-based life forms or something like that.
Wow. That's a mouthful.
It's basically, the premise is that it's the story of these like sort of D&D style adventurers that go down into this big dungeon, and when this group is like right at the bottom, they get beaten. And the main character is a knight called Larius. His sister gets eaten by one of the monsters.
Oh dear.
And because they quote unquote were beaten, they got like spat back out of the entrance.
Okay,
And
so I have to start
but
again.
the sister wasn't spat back out.
Oh.
So
So they think
she's still
alive?
Yeah, they reckon she's alive. They find this crazy dwarf who lives in the dungeon that tells her that this particular monster has like a month digestion or something like that. So she'd still be fine for a month, really.
Right.
So they have to figure out a way to get back down to the bottom and kill the monster
Yeah.
ASAP, but they've got no money. The trip back to town, if they even had money to get supplies, would take too much time.
Yeah.
And all their equipment is now rubbish.
Right.
So they're kind of stuck at the start. They have no way of doing anything. But then the dwarf suggests, well, you don't really need to get food and supplies because the dungeon's full of monsters.
Right.
So the whole thing, it very quickly turns from we need to save this girl into what sort of weird concoctions can we make out of like giant scorpions and slime monsters and such.
What? So for food, you mean, or weapons?
Yeah,
or both?
they're using the monsters for food. So like they chase
Nice.
down some animated armor and use it as like cooking. They beat it into cooking pots and
What
then
a
they find
weird
some.
focus.
Yeah, it's really bizarre, but it's really funny because they keep giving the terrible jobs to the elf or something like that.
Yeah.
And it's just funny to see the reactions because there's like a wizard who's learned the proper capture of certain things, and the dwarf knows better, and it's all sorts of showing up and funny antics. It's a really funny thing. I recommend it.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, sounds all right. They're just peculiar. They're just so peculiar. Some of them.
Yeah, Japanese.
Okay, shall we have a break and then get on to Flash?
Sure.
Get on with it. Yes, get on with it. Get on with it.
Okay, so Flash. We watched 7, 8, and 9 of this series. Unfortunately, I lost my notes for 8 and 9, so I'm going to have to wing it. And it's been over a week since I've seen them, but I'll do my best. Let me just see what I've got for the first one. Well, the first one was basically an electric man, isn't it?
Yeah.
This starts with a goofy scene where someone tries to mug the Flash, and he kind of says, "You, of all people, want to mug me? Do you realise how unlucky that is?" Oh, it gives him a rattle mouthful. That was kind of fun. And at the end of it, he runs around him and takes all his clothes apart from his undies off, and then goes and gets a cop and leaves him there and runs off.
Yeah. This is very flat, like Flash, from what I've seen. Is
It
pretty
was-
much like
It
this.
was fine. And the episode was fine. I found it a bit of a dull episode, actually. What about you?
Wasn't that? I mean, the guy spitting out weird trivia about electricity was okay. I mean, it was kind of cool to learn that people have however many volts of electricity in their body.
Yeah, there was this thing about where you found Wells was definitely seeing things from the future,
Yeah.
and he was figuring out how the current, what's happening now, is affecting the future because he stopped seeing references to the Flash
Yeah.
in the news because the electric guy is somehow draining his speed. No,
This
I'm trying
is
to remember
stupid.
now. Is it because he's lost? He thinks it's going to affect him, so it does. Is that how it is in this one? I can't
No,
remember.
I can't.
Or is that in the,
See,
I've
looking
got
at it,
confused.
it says they realise the problem is psychological, but they do need to electrocute him to get him back to.
Yeah, it's kind of goofy. Was this the one where Wells lets out Gerda to fight him? Because that was pretty dark. Or was that another one?
No, I think that's a different one.
Okay. All right, forget that. Because he did get into their lab, didn't he, the electric guy? Didn't he?
Yeah, he was chasing around the lab.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure he when did you watch this? Was it long ago? I mean,
It was quite a while ago. It was like
so
over a
in mine.
week.
No, I'm pretty sure he let Gerda out to basically take the bullet as cannon fodder to delay him a bit, and Barry picks him up on that, but Wells don't seem too bothered. I mean, it's starting to get a bit like, obviously Wells is a bad guy. Can't you guys see this? It's kind of that. But anyway.
Yeah.
But we see the creation of this electric guy. He's basically climbed up a girder for a joke. But in the middle of that, well, he's out with his mates and he climbs up a girder because he's a bit drunk. And then this is back when the big accident, the collider went, nuts.
Supernova.
Or whatever, and caused all these deaths, which obviously spawned a load of metahumans. And he was up an electric girder, so he got the electric thing. Though you could have argued that Barry should have got the electric thing, but never mind. It doesn't.
Yeah.
And there's kind of, I think, doesn't Barry have a line where he thinks he might be able to help this guy as well? Because he usually does that business. Can you not remember it? Because I can't remember that.
No, I can.
Which
I can
kind of
barely
tells you.
remember this
I
episode.
thought this was a very middling episode. I don't think it was terrible. Did I say terrible? I can't remember what I said. But I just think it wasn't very good. I was kind of disappointed. It wasn't as good as the ones we've seen. It felt very average and a bit flat to me. Let's move on to the next one then, shall we? This one was way more interesting. And I was watching it, I was thinking, I bet this is annoying Sam. So let's see if I'm right. Basically, it's Flash and the Arrow.
I think we may need to. I think I need to watch the Arrow, but I don't want to because
No, I don't want
everything I watched about the Arrow was sort of like, ooh, so mysterious.
He's trying to be Batman, isn't he?
Yeah,
Really.
Well, I mean, Arrow is kind of the Green Arrow is kind of Batman.
Yeah. I kind of do
more
want
sort
to
of
watch
comic.
The Arrow, but it's about, let's say, about 25th on my list of TV shows I want to watch. There's so many other shows I want to watch before The Arrow. And I keep hearing how aggravating The Arrow is, which puts me off. However, I do often hear how aggravating is, say, The Walking Dead is, and I don't agree with that. So I'm not quite sure. And I've seen the first one. I kind of liked it, but I never went back. But, there's things like Gotham I want to see before The Arrow. Do you know what I mean? And Sleepy Hollow, and there's all sorts of shows I want to watch before I get to The Arrow. However, I kind of like this. It was kind of fun. It was kind of fun to see. Was it Tiffany? She was back. The girl.
The blonde.
Is she blonde? The one who wears glasses to show she's intelligent. That one.
I think that's the. She's the one he saved from the train.
That's right. Yes. He
Yeah,
did.
the blonde.
Yeah. I like the metahuman in this. He's a guy that can induce an uncontrollable rage in people.
Roy Bavolo.
Yeah.
You're gonna love this guy's name in the comics.
What is it?
He is the Rainbow Raider.
Wow. That sounds... Well, anyway, okay.
No, his backstory is he was colorblind, and then his dad made him a pair of goggles that will allow him to see color. But it basically turned him into an evil version of Cyclops from the X-Men.
Oh, okay. And he can induce rage, can he?
No, he just shoots lasers.
Oh, okay. Well, in this, he induces rage, which I kind of like. And in fact, we get the Arrow appear, who's hunting for someone else, isn't he?
He's hunting for Captain Boomerang.
Captain Boomerang. That's right. I've forgotten that. They find lethal boomerangs, don't they? I've forgotten that.
God, they need Captain Boomerang in this soon.
But they agreed to team up, don't they? Maybe Captain Boomerang's in the Arrow, though. They agreed to team up and help each other out. But Oliver's not that convinced. He basically gives him a bit of Batman training where he starts to have to think his way through situations rather than just react. And I did like the bit where he says, "I'm going to shoot you with an arrow." And he says, "You're not going to shoot me." He goes, "I'm going to shoot you with an arrow." And the Flash runs towards him and he shoots him and he catches the arrow, of course, and he's got a grin on his face. But then Oliver's knows exactly where he'd be intercepted, so fires off these remote arrows that hit him in the back. Which, that's not commented on the fact that he shot him through the back with an arrow. It just gets better quickly, doesn't it?
Yeah, the thing about Green Arrow is anything that you could think of in Batman's utility belt, he has an arrow for it.
Yes, yeah.
He has like boxing glove arrows. It's like Batman and Joker combined. He does stupid stuff as well.
And they basically, the guys back at the lab figure out that Tiffany gives them instant access to some supercomputer they need access to or something. I remember that. In about 30 seconds she hacks into it and says, "There you go."
Because that's how that works.
That's how that was. I did like they then figured out to cure this particular madness, which Barry gets infected with, doesn't he? So he becomes kind of an evil Flash, kinda. More like a Flash out control. But if they shine lights in his eyes, certain lights in his eyes at certain frequencies, was it music as well? I can't remember. Or sounds. It cures him. But then the arrow goes out to sort of take him on. And there's a fight between the two, which is kind of okay. Yeah, I kind of liked it. It was fine. It just felt a bit like, the Flash would win this. It doesn't matter how much planning you do. The Flash is going to beat you.
Flash can he can phase through objects, so he could do, Judge Death.
Yeah.
He could basically do that if he wanted.
Right. But he hasn't doing it in this universe so far, though, is he?
No.
They have a big old fight, and Oliver manages to pin his face into the device, well, towards the device that does the light trick and resets his emotional state. And then they just
Because again, that's how that works.
The thing is, I had to go, what have I missed something? Because like you see them walking off. Oh no, they capture the guy, but it's really quick.
Yeah.
And it's like nothing. Like, we got him, and then they have a fight. Because I was confused. I thought they just wandered off in his capture. What's going on? I didn't realise. For some reason, I missed the fact they caught him just before they started fighting. It was like I couldn't figure out what was going on. Anyway, they capture him and put him in the metahuman prison with the rest of them.
Yeah.
And I thought this was a decent episode. Quite liked it. What about you?
Yeah, it was okay. I'm not. I think it's because, again, I haven't watched Arrow. I need more sort of frame of reference on some of the stuff. It's like Arrow confuses me because, like, literally anything I've seen of him, he's doing Batman basically.
Yeah.
He's doing dark and
They're
broody.
doing Batman. There's no doubt about it. He's Batman. When I saw it also, when I'm watching these two together, because this is the first, apart from watching the first one of the Arrow years ago, or whenever it first came out, this is the first time I've seen it. It still surprised me that apparently DC are not using these actors when they bring the Flash and the Arrow.
Oh yeah, I've heard.
Into
This
movie
seems
universe.
really stupid
Seems like a bad idea.
they've like established Flash and Green Arrow, and now they're just going to chuck it away so that they can, I guess, hire bigger names for it.
Presumably they want movie star actors or something. I
Yeah.
don't know, whatever. But we'll see. They might be just floating that, just see the reaction. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because if you get the fanboys, if they whine and you're basically going to just give them these guys anyway, they're going to feel like, oh yeah, we got what we wanted. Yeah, what fanboys are like. Okay, and then the number 9 was there anything else you want to say about that episode?
No.
No, it was pretty
Just
decent.
covered it.
Number 9 was Man in the Yellow Suit. Now we get a bit more backstory about we get a bit more story about the man in the yellow suit who killed Barry's mother. He appears again, basically, and he's looking for something to do with tachyon particles. There's a lab that's doing work with tachyon particles. And basically, It sounds like it's a big scam by Wells to get hold of this thing with tachyon particles, really.
Yeah.
Basically, they say they need it as bait to capture the man in yellow.
Sure they will, yeah.
And there's a pretty cool chase with Barry chasing the man in yellow, who then kicks the crap out of him in a football stadium by running around it and keep hitting Barry. And it also says something that sort of suggests he knows Barry already.
Yeah.
Barry. And of course,
I mean, I've said in the past that both of them can travel through time. They can move so fast.
Okay.
So I'm going to say he's probably come back from fighting the Flash or something.
Yeah. He does the shimmery thing, so you can't identify him. But
yeah, that's kind of what Reverse Flash looks like.
Okay. But I was just trying to figure out, could Barry actually shimmer at the same speed and then actually see him? Does that make sense?
I mean, theoretically, yeah. But, yeah.
And also, in terms of the soap opera elements of this, Eddie, Iris's boyfriend, asks her to move in with him, but Barry actually tells her he loves her. It's a Christmas episode, this as well, isn't it?
Yeah, I forgot to mention that because they literally do one thing with it where Barry he dresses up a tree and then undresses it.
Yeah, he dresses it because he's moaning about it takes so long to do, and he dresses it and he says, and then the bloke moans a bit, so he undresses it again just to say, okay, you get on with it. Yeah, okay. So the Iris story's pretty weak to me.
Yeah, I mean,
to be honest.
I know that he's going to end up with her, so.
Yeah, I'll do. I just.
But yeah, she's his wife in the comics.
It really feels like she's there to be kidnapped and rescued. That's how it feels. Like it happened with the bully one. You know what I mean?
Yeah, she is kind of.
That's going to happen over and over.
She's kind of the Daphne of this series.
Yeah, but in this one they use the tachyon thing as a bait, and they've also got some sort of force field thing to trap him, which I presume Dr. Wells set up or his team set up. So Wells obviously. Yeah. But in this one, it's a bit confusing. The man in the yellow suit attacks Wells. So can you go through time and be
probably?
It must be.
Yeah, I'm gonna say he set out a time in like a bit in the future where he just did that for like however long it takes in series.
Oh, and also in this one, I've forgotten the girl who's in the team who was engaged to a guy called Ronnie.
Yeah,
died in.
He shows up again.
He shows up and he can throw fire, but he's not quite himself, is he? He's obviously got some sort of.
He's mad.
Yeah,
pretty much.
And I think the man in yellow just about to beat Barry, but Ronnie appears and blasts him with fire and knocks him back. And he says like, "We'll meet again," or something like that, and zooms off. And we see Dr. Wells. This is, it's really. I was trying to remember at what point we clearly realised Wells was the man in the yellow. So it's pretty early on, wasn't it? Really, but we see him go to the secret room.
I kind of figured it first episode sort of thing, but it's like. The thing is, whenever they do these after credits things, you become such like a villain, almost like one of those Snidely Whiplash, Dick Dastardly sort of villains. He's like,
Anyway, he goes into his secret room in this one, and he looks at the yellow suit,
and then he straps
puts
the thing
tachyon thing into the suit's chest. So that's some sort of time travel thing, I'm guessing. Tachyons in sci-fi TV movies. Tachyons are all about time travel.
Time travel or faster than light or whatever.
Again, this was a decent enough episode. Of the three we watched, I kind of liked it.
Yeah,
it was fine. How do you feel about carrying on watching this series?
I'm kind of indifferent. It's not really. The first few episodes were really good and they really caught me, but the more recent ones just aren't as interesting.
Well, we can cut to the chase. There are a few I definitely want to see, and I'm kind of happy to read through the wiki and.
No, I don't mind watching all of them. I mean,
okay, we'll carry on then.
I don't hate it as much as I hated Penny Dreadful or whatever, and I still watched all of that. So.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll tell you the one I definitely want. The one I want to. There's two I want to see.
Does it have Gorilla Grodd in?
Gorilla Grodd's one, and the other one's the Trickster. Mark Hamill's the Trickster, and I just want to see that. That is episode. So the Trickster one is 17, and Grodd is 21. So we're away. So anyway, next time we'll discuss another three, shall we?
Sure.
So it'll be 10, 11 and 12. So we've got a bit more to plod through. We'll probably be doing that in a month's time because we're breaking up this TV watching with Clone Wars. We're both going through Clone Wars at a fair clip. So in a couple of weeks we'll be covering season 1 of Clone Wars, which I know we kind of covered before over a time. But we wanted to watch them all when we thought we might as well watch it from episode 1, season 1 at a fair clip. But I'm really enjoying the Clone Wars actually, but we'll save that for when we talk about the Clone Wars. Okay then, so bye from. Oh, next time we're gonna do Coraline, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah, you said that at the start. I think.
Did I? Okay, so next time we're planning to do Coraline. So bye from me.
Bye.